Okay, a few people asked me about the good and the bad things about owning a Tesla. That's what this video is going to be about. My own opinion based on my personal experiences owning a Tesla Model S, as well as looking at friends' Model X and Model 3s. Okay, so hopefully it's not too much wind noise. It is a bit windy here in the UK today, but we've got the old muff on, so we should be good. So these aren't going to be in any particular order, and one of the odd things about Teslas, in my opinion, again remember this is all my opinion, some of the good things are also the bad things, but we'll go through why I like Teslas and some of the things I don't like about Teslas, and I guess also for clarity, at the time of doing this video, I have decided to sell my Tesla Model S to try out a different electric vehicle, but yeah, let's go into it. So first thing that I really like actually about Teslas, and no other electric vehicle company does it quite as well, is the frunk. You do get plenty of front space, and you can put quite a lot of stuff in here, especially when you're traveling. When I went to Cornwall last year, the ability to be able to put stuff into the frunk, I used my Oscar and Hamish frunk luggage. It definitely made things a lot easier to be able to get access to everything in there, and that's a really good kind of positive thing about, I think, about owning a Tesla. Even the Model 3s, obviously slightly smaller, but has definitely usable front space. So another thing that's really good about Tesla is the charging, both infrastructure and its ability to charge. So I think everyone knows that Tesla invested a lot in the Tesla supercharger network. So I think in most countries that Tesla's around, there's at least one supercharger within 100 miles of each other. So you should be able to travel the whole of your country to some extent using the supercharger network. And obviously exclusively right now, it's only for Teslas. So Tesla have said that, you know, they'd share it with other people if they want to invest in it. I don't know if they really will, because that's something that is really unique, a unique selling point of a Tesla. But the fact if you have a Tesla, you can pretty much charge it at every single possible type of charger. So what I mean by that is, here in the UK, behind this little panel here is where we have the charging connector. That's a Type 2, so you can go and plug in at single or three-phase Type 2 charging, get some good charging speeds there. Also plug into the Tesla supercharger network. On the newer Teslas, but also can be retrofitted to older ones, you can have the CCS conversion, so then you can get some changes to the electronics behind here, but also an adapter. That means you can plug in and connect to CCS, and you can also get a CHAdeMO adapter as well, so then you can basically charge at CHAdeMO, CCS and Type 2. That's pretty amazing. One of the things that isn't good about Tesla is, unfortunately, the build quality. My particular Tesla, I think I'm really fortunate. I did lots of looking when I bought this, and I got a well-built one. But there's things that, you know, I think the list price new of this car with all the options was £83,000. And again, like I said, my car is good, but you know, there are situations where trims don't line up properly. There's quite big panel gaps. This is all part of having a Tesla. But again, this is a really expensive car. One of the other things about Tesla is, you know, so much technology and trying to be kind of futuristic and doing kind of cool stuff. But things like this, these gimmicky kind of door handles, you know, I'm not sure we really need them. And I haven't had any problems, but some of the earlier ones, they go wrong. Tesla want like £1,000 to fix them. And yes, they improve aerodynamics, but I think they learnt their mistake, and that's why the Model 3 and the Model Y, has less sophisticated stuff. Same with like the Model X, they have those really awesome kind of futuristic gull-wing opening doors, but when they go wrong, and they do, it's really expensive. So again, with the Model Y, they've learnt from that. You just have kind of normal doors. The same does apply to the interiors. This particular car, I think, looks pretty good with the carbon dash and stuff, and obviously you've got the panoramic roof. But again, the quality materials have improved a lot over time, but still the fit and finish inside a Tesla isn't really as good as other premium brands. You're paying similar kind of money. I guess that's the thing that Tesla needs to continue to work on, the build quality and the attention to detail, because people's cars are going out with missing bolts, paint drips, all sorts of stuff on them. So yeah, not so good. Another thing that I think is good, but I guess it's Marmite like any car, I think the styling is pretty good. I think Teslas look pretty nice. Some will say that the style is a little bit dated now, because like the S has been out for a long time. I don't think that Tesla's the best looking cars, but I don't think they're ugly. So yeah, you can decide if you agree with that one or not. Okay, so the other thing that I can't really show you, because it's about the motors and the batteries, Tesla have done fantastic work with electric cars in terms of their efficiency. Apart from the original Hyundai Ioniq that I think everyone agrees has amazing efficiency with a small battery and what that car does, but other cars that are similar size and similar battery size, Tesla just has much better efficiency with their motors and their batteries. You can get more mileage out of a Tesla motor and Tesla batteries than you can out of most other electric vehicles. So again, that's another reason why people go with Tesla, because you've got the long range and the supercharger network and everything. It just makes it, I guess, more viable. Okay, so another thing that is a good and a bad thing, mainly bad, well, I don't know, see, I'm questioning myself as I say this. Tesla customer service, it's gone down over the years, probably because there's just so many more Teslas on the road and not a significant percentage increase in support staff. When you get, at least in my experience, when I've got to Tesla to get something replaced under warranty or whatever, haven't really had any major issues. I still think their latest maneuver in asking people to have to pay an inspection fee, I don't think they should be doing that. The car's under warranty. What other company? I've never had any other car company tell me I need to pay them to look at some issue that is clearly a warranty issue. But yeah, I think customer service is one of the things that will annoy people moving to Tesla, especially again if you've got panel gap issues or some of those kind of issues on delivery, trying to get some of those things rectified. It's pretty bad really. So, and like I say, it's got worse, so Tesla need to do something about the customer service for sure. Okay, excuse the fingerprints, but this is another thing that is great and not so great about Teslas, and that is the continuous improvement, in quotes improvement, and updates that you get on your Tesla. So Tesla's currently updating, and maybe before this video ends we'll see what the new updates are. And it's great that Tesla is continually trying to improve and add new features and stuff. I still think they spend more time trying to get backgammon and chess on there than actually fixing and improving things and making things more consistent. And the reason why to me it's a good thing and a bad thing is, just in my own personal experience with the Model S, there's so much variance in the quality of those updates. Every time you get those updates, it's like rolling a dice. Is something going to work better than it did before, or is it going to be worse, or is it a trade-off? Something works better and now something works worse. So for me, the key things that I really kind of care about in my Tesla, or I've used, that I've had the most issues with, auto wipers. Sometimes they work great, sometimes they don't. Depends on what version of firmware is running. Auto headlights, that hasn't been so hit and miss, but that is another one that kind of has some issues. The autopilot, which is I guess one of the key kind of tech geeky things that you like if you have a Tesla, and that is so varied every time there is a software update. Sometimes the car will drive on autopilot like a mature, experienced adult driver, and it's a comfortable, enjoyable experience. Other times it's driving like a 16-year-old kangarooing the car down the road and slamming on the brakes and doing all sorts of crazy stuff, and you're kind of crapping your pants. Similar kind of thing happens really regularly, not just my Model S, most Model S's, both ones I've had as loan cars, and have people mention it on the forums, is the voice control. This more often does not work than work, and again, I've not had a premium car for a long time that doesn't have working voice control. And again, it's back to software updates. Sometimes the software update makes it work, sometimes the software update doesn't make it work. So one thing about owning a Tesla is, you know, you're paying the price to some extent being a live beta tester, but unfortunately you still have to pay a premium price. So another good thing about Teslas, if it's important to you, people love Teslas. People are excited and interested about Teslas. If you own a Tesla, you're always going to have someone asking you some questions about it, want to sit in it, maybe would you take them for a drive in it. So they attract attention, and in my experience, most of the time, positive attention. So that's good, and it helps. And I guess that's, you know, part of Tesla's mission is to try and increase the adoption of electric vehicles and stuff, you know, to stop impact on the planet and whatnot. And it definitely does that. People in general are you know, supportive of Tesla, and that's helping in get benefit for Tesla, but for every, you know, car manufacturer that's got electric cars, people do tend to love them and like them. The thing that I don't like is, actually, I'll caveat this, in the Model S that I have, I think it's just about right. What I don't like about Teslas though is the drive to get rid of all touchy-feely buttons, everything being on the screen. So in the Model S, you know, it's still good. You still got the ability to change gears here, you can control certain things here, wipers and lights over here, and you got a couple of tactile buttons and the big screen where most stuff happens, and you just kind of get away with it. I do like the simplicity and openness design of a Tesla. It's very open and very spacious, but you know, look at the Model 3 and stuff, and there's hardly any buttons, right? Just a couple of stalks, and it's all multifunctional. You got to press buttons on the screen to, you know, be able to open the glove box and stuff like that. I know it's a trade-off between kind of simplicity and everything, but I wish they'd, you know, stop getting rid of all the buttons. We like buttons. This is a good example. Weird, odd messages that come up on the screen that at first, if you're new to Tesla, you worry, oh, there's something wrong. But we don't need to contact Tesla at all. It's doing an update. So why doesn't it just say it's doing an update? You'll be driving along and it says something like, I don't know, autopilot braking disabled or something, and it goes away. So was that a problem? Was it not a problem? What, like, cameras obscured? Now cameras aren't obscured. Like, what are you doing, Tesla? Like, sometimes you're just being too transparent with the information, and especially if you're not a techie, you're going to be worried about what is your car telling you. So, you know, maybe only have a proper alert if it's actually a real alert that someone actually does need to do something about, as opposed to just scaring the crap out of people with random messages that people don't understand that then disappear very quickly, and then you're worrying if you have one. If you look on the forums, there's lots of people, you know, questioning the error message they had on their screen that's now gone away. Is it still okay or whatnot? You can obviously contact Tesla. They will dial into your car and, you know, do some checks and confirm everything's okay, or you can take it to the service centre and what have you. But yeah, in general, I think they could be a bit less verbose with all the weird messages you get on the screen. All you want to know is your washer bottle fluid gone down, if you need to charge, and if there's actually something properly wrong with your car. So the last thing I finish with in my good and bad things that I liked about Teslas: speed and performance. Without a question, I think pretty much Teslas are the fastest with the best range, and that combination of electric cars out of anyone else. You look at the performance Model 3, for example. Yes, it's not cheap because it's what, £55,000, but it's like 0 to 60 in just over 2 seconds. That's amazing for a vehicle that transports your family around, right? All electric cars, I think, are fast or nippy, depending on kind of what it is. Like, we have a Nissan Leaf. That's a nippy car, right? It's not a fast car, but it's nippy. You're going to beat most people off the lights if that's your thing, and helps you pull away safely and everything. But yeah, for Teslas, you can't beat a Tesla for performance and range in general, in my opinion. So that's it. I've really enjoyed owning a Tesla. I may get another one. I really need something that has a hatch and stuff, so I have kind of considered maybe I'll get a Model Y. Still not sure though, because again, looking on the forums, people seem to be having issues with those in the US, and it'll probably be a while until they come to the UK, but we will see. But please leave comments below. Appreciate your feedback. If you're a Tesla owner, what you like about it, what you don't like. I'm fully aware that lots of people really love Teslas. Oh look, I don't need to call the service centre anymore. Yay! Who knew? But yeah, I'm aware that some people viciously and passionately love their Tesla, and you can't say anything bad about it. Me, I try to be more realistic. I don't love or hate or anything. It's just about my experiences and my kind of thoughts. But yeah, leave some comments below, ask some questions, and maybe we can help. And I'll put at the end of this video just an example of what the updates were, just once this finishes rebooting. Yes, I think it's anticlimax. Just contains minor improvements and bug fixes. We don't know what bug fixes they were. Maybe the voice control's working again. Navigate to Birmingham Airport. Holy shit! Navigation's working. Voice control again. Ah.
Thanks for watching this video. A thumbs up would be really appreciated. If you're interested in other geek type videos, please consider subscribing to Spectrum Geeks. Why not also follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. And before you leave, why don't you check out one of these other videos that may be of interest. Thanks again for watching.